Are you not, perhaps, afraid of what might happen to you as a result of making these revelations?
Oh, yeah. I probably am a dead man already.
One white man named Lincoln supposedly fought the Civil War to solve the race problem, and the problem is still here. Another white man named Lincoln, again the same white man, issued the Emancipation Proclamation to solve the race problem. The problem is still here. Some more white liberals came along with the 13th, 14th, and 5th Amendments, which were supposed to solve the race problem. The problem is still here. 9 years ago, 9 more white liberals, so-called, came up with what they call a Supreme Court desegregation decision, and the problem is still here. Then another white man named Kennedy came along running for president and told Negroes what all he was going to do for them if they voted for him, and they voted for him 80%. He's been in office now for 3 years, and the problem is still here. When police dogs were biting black women and black children and black babies in Birmingham, Alabama, that Kennedy talked about what he couldn't do because no federal law had been violated. And as soon as the Negroes exploded and began to protect themselves and got the best of the crackers in Birmingham, then Kennedy sent for the troops, and there was no, he didn't have any new law when he sent for the troops when the Negroes erupted that he had at the time when whites were erupting.
Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. I'd like to first start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. I'd like to, I guess, send a grace and peace to all the hopeful elect and the saints out there. And I just wanted to come to you guys with a quick video, a quick upload about recent events that just took place over this past weekend. I meant to upload it yesterday, but I was a little busy. So, without further ado, I'm bringing it to you guys today. And this is going to be a short video, man. I just wanted to really touch base on this because, I'm from the area. I'm from the era. And I know a little bit of the background with this situation. So we have here a murder that took place on Sunday, October 31st, 2021. Alpo, aka Alpo Martinez, aka Alberto Guedes Martinez. If some of you don't know him, look him up. One of the major drug lords or kingpins from New York, from Harlem, from the era that I grew up in. And I wanted to touch base on Alberto Martinez because it really strikes me as to how so many years have gone by without this man ever being touched And this man hit the streets, does the documentaries, let's say about what, 10 to 12 months ago, he did the documentaries maybe, and not shortly after, run down on this man and kill this man. You know, a lot of people gonna say it's because of Rich Porter. A lot of people gonna say it's for other people that was dearly loved from the home of New York that he murdered. But let's just keep it real, right? Because that's what we do on this channel. We don't sugarcoat nothing. We don't try to play around nothing. We just straight bring the facts and we deal with it, right? So let's deal with what it is, right? It's it's black on black hate, black on black murder, black on black crime for brothers that's coming out of their mouths on documentaries on more than one account, coming out on recordings on more than one account. Yo, this is my brother. I had mad love for him, but yet you murder him. You murder other brothers. And listen, RIP to the homie Alpo, man. Because regardless of whatever brothers and sisters want to say about that man was highly respected in New York and a lot across a lot of other states too. You feel what I'm saying? Highly respected. And rest in peace to him because he's still a brother, right? He's still a brother at the end of the day. Maybe the brother wasn't right in their head, you know, when it come down to this drug game, especially being in New York City and you playing with big drugs, because I got my own experiences of that. It's a lot to be paranoid over. So I'm not vouching for the fact that whatever he done, you know, karma does come back tenfold, man. It comes back tenfold, and we know there's brothers and sisters that's in the scriptures. We know brotherly hate, it only leads to one thing, man. It's gonna come back on you as a curse, and it's gonna consume you and put you to death as well. What did Christ say out of his own mouth? That hesoever that shall die by the sword shall live by the sword, live by the sword shall die by the sword. Right? And we're gonna get that. I'll pull it up because I don't want to do the scripture bad. But I want to read this right here for anybody that did not know Alpo, right? His real name is Alberto Geddes Martinez, better known as Alpo Martinez or simply Alpo, was an American drug dealer of Puerto Rican descent from Harlem, New York City. He rose to prominence in the mid 1980s, right? So this was my era. Why? Because I was born in the 80s, right? In the early 90s, I heard plenty about this man, plenty about Rich. You know what I'm saying? Seen a lot of things, you know, witnessed a lot of things growing up in New York City, growing up in Harlem around that time. Now, the reason, like I said, I wanted to highlight this story, not for the fact that I'm from New York, I'm from Harlem, you know what I'm saying? I know of the story, I know the history, like not because of that. Not to toot my own horn and get on here like, oh yeah, I know everything. Nah. That's not what this is about. I'm highlighting this because for me, everything comes back to a spiritual standpoint, right? Everything comes back to brotherly love or hate amongst brothers, right? And here you have a group of brothers, which it was him, you know, Rich, other brothers in there. And I'm not gonna go too crazy naming no names, cause you know that's not my deal. But I'm only here to speak on how you come out of jail. Let's be real. Alpo came out of jail. Alpo been running the streets, going all over, doing documentaries, going right back to the place where he murdered Rich, doing a documentary like, yo, I killed this man right here. You know, I put a bullet in his head right here. I drug him right here. You know, and then you walking around Harlem. Then you moving around Harlem like, and you know, for a lot of brothers and sisters that's not from Harlem, a lot of brothers and sisters that's not from New York, you know, or from the Northeast region right there, you know, a lot of y'all really sleep on New York City. And I'm not saying that to boost New York up, but like, all jokes aside, New York is not really a place to get caught up at or to play with, you know, or the people in like the people from New York City. I could speak because I'm from New York. I'm a New Yorker. Like, so we more wild, like more out, like real, like thorough, more tough, more like from the heart with it. And if you betray or anything, I know some stone cold killers, man. Straight up, man. I done had my own situations, you know, God forgive me, where you get what I'm saying? I don't know what could have been the outcome of whatever I done. You know what I'm saying? And God bless me and made it to see another day out of it. Like, but for people that don't know New York, or it's like it's not a place to be like a force to be reckoned with, like the people from there. Like, don't get me wrong, there's hoods everywhere, there's gangsters everywhere. But New York is one of them places like you definitely don't want to get caught up at. So to be going around New York City, to get back to Alpo, to be going around New York or going around Harlem or whatever, acting like you untouchable, doing the things or done the things you have done, right? Then it's like you do these documentaries and we see the heartfelt, but at the end of the day, it's like in a way like you rehashing the account. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you even bringing it back up? Like, you bragging on this or something? You know what I'm saying? So then like you walk around New York and you think like your days is numbered, champ. Your days is numbered. Moving around New York City like people scared of you. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, a scared dude will kill you quicker than a dude that's really down to kill you. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, right, with this whole situation, because I've been going on, I'm really ranting right now. The only reason I'm ranting is because my thoughts is everywhere on this topic, right? Because I could take it a lot of different avenues to talk about, but my main source of bringing this up is to show how, one, pride goeth before destruction, right? So all that pride, doing documentaries and showing off, and you living in a high rise, bro, and fancy, and you know, like, bro, moving around New York like you untouchable. Somebody finna touch you. Somebody finna get you in Harlem. And exactly what happened on October 31st, somebody got the brother in Harlem. And a lot of brothers and sisters like to talk down on, hey, yo, Harlem ain't really like, bro, listen. Anybody that know the history of Harlem, know know the place, been there, raised from there. Man, listen, man. We been out there, you know, holding records, man. We been out there holding records. So anybody walking through Harlem acting like Harlem ain't it, boy, you highly mistaken. You liable to come through Harlem and get left in Harlem. You liable to never make it out of Harlem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rope a dope you so bad in Harlem. And I'm not talking like, cause I used to be a gangster from Harlem, right? But like I'm living down south now, you know, I got the family scene now, you know, trying to do better things, you know, trying to change self. But you never could take, you know, the experiences and the upbringing, the conditioning from out of the person. You can't do that, right? Because that's the makeup of the person. That's their design, you know. So I'm gonna always be New York at heart, right? But in my growth, I'm changing to observe things and to gain to grow in wisdom and understanding and you know to gain the kingdom. I bring this topic up with Alberto, aka Alpo, because regardless of whatever he's done, he's a brother. So his death, you know, is not we not talking about it right now like, you know, good for Alpo. I'm not talking about it right now like good for Alpo. I'm talking about it right now. Rest in peace to the brother, man. But when you live by the gun, you die by the gun. So let's get that in Matthews 26, verse 52. This is when they was in the Mount of Olives, if I'm not mistaken, and one of his disciples drew the sword and sliced the ear of one of the centurions, right? So it says, then said Jesus unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Now, you know, it's Christ said out in the scriptures as well, like there's nothing new that has happened under the sun. So you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So the brother Alpo, we know, lived by the sword continuously, murdered many people that were dearly loved in New York, murdered them, and then go back to talk about some accounts as if to show off or you know like this is what it is but another thing you have to understand is that also what goes along with this is the loss of the mind, the loss of the mental, the loss of intelligence, the loss of self awareness, you know, trying to live up to a standard or trying to be somebody, you know, it comes with a lot. You have to take on a lot and be willing to go all the way out with it, man. And one thing I could respect the homie for, he held his ground and went all the way out with it, right? He went all the way out with it. He lived by the sword, he died by the sword, murdered 2 days ago. Now, I'm not sure of the situation. I'm sure NYPD, New York 1, I'm sure it'll be all over the newspapers as far as a story to why this has happened. You know, a lot of people from New York we already kind of know. Some of us already kind of got the just like, yeah, you know, hey, you know, karma, man. So I mean, we could chalk it up to karma, right? That's what Christ is saying right here. It's gonna come back on you if this is how you choose to live your life. You took the lives of many brothers, right? Then you did your time, then you came out and you rehashing the accounts, and you ain't got no remorse. You're not really sorry, bro. You supposed to you supposed to be quiet as a mouse. No, it's supposed to, nobody even supposed to hear from you, bro. But you back out in the streets like you running New York again, or trying to run New York again, or listen, and guess what happens? You get murdered. So this is not a light thing, because like I said, much respect to the homie, much respect to the people he murdered as well, man. You know, real talk, man. Not that I'm glorifying brothers for doing bad things, but glorifying them in the way that they were still brothers, man. And they still kinfolk, they still family. See, a lot of Israelites, a lot of Hebrews, a lot of camps gonna go out there and bash these brothers, or go out there and tell how wicked these brothers is and why they was put to death, and the Most High don't like wickedness. And man, I'm here to say, man, those were still brothers, still kinfolk, still family. Yeah, you have to pay for your wrongdoings in this life. Some of us actually, escape the buck, right? We escape the bill, but a lot of us, we end up paying for our crimes. Alpo, like many other brothers, paid for his crimes. Whether it came in one way or another way, it was going to happen, right? So again, I want to point out a couple more scriptures. And this is like clear cut, right? Leviticus. We're going to go back to the OT and see it in the OT, right? Look what it says here. Leviticus 24:17. It says, and he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. Now, this is part of the law, and this is if a man was caught up and, he'll, get stoned to death for, the judgment of the Most High, however that come down from the Most High. But this is judgment here for the brother Alpo, right? You can't go around knocking over buildings as much as you knocking them over, bro, and think eventually you not gonna get knocked over. That's the sad thing, man, because like I said, he's still kinfolk and still family. And for the fact that nobody touched him for years, nobody touched this man, right? It let me know that he could have got a pass. He could have got a pass if he kept quiet and watched his mouth and moved out the way, right? But then when when you come out of jail, you try to act like you still the show, bro. Eventually, somebody gonna knock you down, right? Because first of all, you gloating, right? And then you rehashing these accounts on families, children, on people that miss their loved ones, bro. They was real hurt by what you done, and you rehashing the account, bringing it back up, like, and woe to these news reporters and critics and people that like to always put a camera in somebody's face too, because real talk, y'all responsible just as much as Alpo responsible, man, for putting that stuff out there, man. And allowing these families to be hurt again by hearing the accounts and hearing how he explicitly did it, and y'all, man, woe to y'all, man, whoa. because y'all possibly had a hand in getting that man murdered as well. But the Lord said, he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. That's judgment come down from the Most High. That's clear cut. Ain't no changing that. Ain't no karma. It's God. It's called judgment, right? But you know, people down here, they want to put names and different things, and you know, wisdom is a woman and all this other stuff, right? Everybody wants to put these, and God is a woman. And man, I've heard all different kinds of folly. I ain't gonna say, you know, but God is the overall exactor of why these things happen and take place. Your time is up. Your time is up, Jack. You want to say it's karma? It was karma. You know? But real talk, God is the final say all, end all. And he is the exactor. And he said, if any man shall kill any man, they shall surely be put to death. And that's what happened to the brother, right? You know, the Lord is a very gracious and merciful Father. And he might have gave the brother grace, mercy. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going. Keep running, bro. For the Lord not to take you out on the first time you killed somebody or did whatever you did, the Lord showed mercy, grace on you. Go ahead, do your thing, man. I'll think about what I'm gonna do to you later or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Let's just think about that, right? The Lord had to be gracious to let you go off and murder another one and murder another. You know, the Lord is being merciful on you, man. And for you not to evolve or change your behavior, the judgment came down. R.I.P. to the brother Alpo. And like I said, this is not a bash moment. This is not a bash video. Y'all not gonna get that from me here. So if y'all looking for that here, that drama, that whatever, y'all think I'm finna expose some information. I don't know that brother, man. I just know of the brother. I know the history. I grew up in the area. Feel what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby. So I know all about all that. I know all about all of them. Right? So at the end of the day, could care less what anybody gotta say. But I'm going to highlight this, right? Because it's brothers killing brothers. Black on black murder. And the cycle continues. Not saying that it's a righteous judgment for the brother to get dealt with. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, like I said, you want to say it's karma, but it's God. You feel what I'm saying? Bringing judgment down on that man, that's fine. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to be the brother to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, you know, glorifying the fact that other brothers murdered this brother too. Man, like, the killing got to stop for real. The killing got to stop for real. The hate amongst one another has to stop for real. Glorifying and doing documentaries. Oh yeah, I killed them right here. It gotta stop for real. You know, y'all, man, it's a real deadly, dangerous game. You know, living in wickedness, glorifying wickedness, right? Putting wickedness out on the front street, like, yeah, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing else but this, man. Man, you're ignorant. And I pray the Most High works on your mind and in your spirit. But again, this ain't no mystery as to why these things are. There is no mystery. We are like this in this world today because we chose to go against the Most High. We chose not to live according to the Most High's ways, the Most High's laws, the way He wanted life to be for man. And Satan, the spirit of Satan is of that wicked one, right? The spirit is of that wicked one, Satan. Excuse how I said that, right? We know that. That same spirit was in the first man who committed murder, which was Cain. Cain killed his brother Abel. Why? Jealousy, yo. And that's, this is the moral of this, right? Because this all goes back to Alpo as well. Rich Porter, right? AZ, all these dudes, like, right. It comes back to these brothers, right? Because it's like we getting money. Oh, I love this brother. But if the brother got better work than me, if the brother got better work than me, if he got more money than me, he's shining better than me, it turns into jealousy and greed, hate, envy. All spirits of that wicked one, Satan. And then you end up slaying your brother. All of the scripture says you go out with one spirit and come back with 7 others. You get rid of one and then you go out and because you wasn't ready to go out, right? And then you come back with 7 more spirits, more powerful, more worse than the last spirit you had on you, whooping you, consuming you, till you get a reprobate mind, till you a hateful, envious, jealous brother, till you slay your brother. And all you live by is the code of wickedness. And it comes back on you, man. Like I said, for brothers and sisters that want to call it karma, okay, it's karma. The karma came back on the brother Alpo. Just like it comes back on many other brothers and sisters that continue to live by the code of wickedness. He's not the only brother. He's just one of the brothers that happened his name to be, known. And a lot of I'm gonna be real, a lot of brothers and sisters already expected him to get touched. We already expected it. And sure enough, it happens. I want to take y'all to show y'all why these things happen. Right? The Lord even pronounced that these things would happen. What the Lord said here, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Look at that. Examine that. His eye being evil toward his own brother. Jealousy, envy, hate, malice. This man getting more money than me. This man got better work than me. I gotta smoke this man. And then we don't even understand the gravity, of the things we do in this life, man. We don't understand the gravity of the things we do in this life. Pardon that. I'm just turning on my vehicle. But we don't understand how the parts we play in life, it end up we already digging a ditch for ourselves, man. We lost that love, we lost that tenderness, we lost that amongst one another. Why? Because Part way, I believe, is because we live in a wicked kingdom. And when you put a whole bunch of dogs in a cage, man, them dogs might have been good before you put them in the cage. But when you start putting them in the cage and they stay in there and they stay in there and they stay in there under bad conditions, eventually some of them dogs gonna want to get out of there. Some of them dogs gonna dream of a better way. They don't want to live in a cage for the rest of their life, but they gonna develop a cage mentality. So where now they hateful towards one another. They might be the same thing. Like, yo, we all dogs. Yo, I'm a dog, you a dog, he's a dog, he's a dog, and we all in the cage, right? Instead of looking at it like who the hell put us in this cage, and we should be attacking the ones that put us in this cage, we end up turning on one another because we have no way out. We have no better thinking. So we just looking at each other evil, like, yo, we just stuck here together. And yeah, I might have cared about you, but I ain't worried about that loving you right now because I'm in this situation right now. And that's the like that's the downfall of the black man, woman, and child, if you really want to be technical. You know, why we continue to go through the bad things that we go through in life. Because a lot of us are stuck. We're stuck. Most of us are stuck and we can't get out. So the only thing best to do is to look at each other hateful and want to rob one another, want to sleep with each other, girl, want to kill each other. And the cycle continues. Nobody ever just like wakes up and realizes that we are not each other's enemies. We're family. We're kinfolk. There's other people that's targeting us to hurt us, but you don't see the bigger picture, black man. R.I.P. to the homie Alpo, man, for real. It's a sad story. Real sad story. That you don't evolve, my brother. And you go back out there thinking things is sweet, bro. And like I said, for anybody that ever thought Harlem was sweet, it's just we silent, yo. We silent people, man. You gotta realize what type of, hood that you in or area that you in. New York, one of them silent, put you to bed, rock you to sleep places. And we don't like to do it. The murder might be open, but rock you to sleep out of the blue. And that's what happened. So like I said, I'm not here to glorify Alpo, and I'm not here to glorify the fact that he was murdered. It was all black on black murder, black on black crime. I don't support that. Maybe at one point in time in my life I did. Oh man, I'll gun that man down. He ever did anything to me, I'll gun him down. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like that, man. I used to beat people up, man. Bad, man. But thank the Lord, he changed me from that. He changed my thinking, my mind, what I saw. And what I saw was nothing. I saw smoke and mirrors, burning buildings. I didn't see the kingdom. I didn't see a king in my brother. I didn't see a queen in my sister. I didn't see us as royalty. It's always been a hateful, ignorant viewpoint. But then the wisdom of God came down. and dwelt with men. And now we have a higher learning, higher thinking. So again, it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his own brother. Clear-cut case of why this man murdered so many loved people and why he was murdered in return. I want to show y'all one last scripture, and that is John chapter 3, verse 15. It says, whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. Now, what's ironic about it, right? And I already mentioned it, but what's ironic is how brothers quick to say, yo, this was my brother. This was my family. I loved him. This is somebody I loved, right? Yet, you murder this man. And I'm sorry for some brothers and sisters that, like, you know, y'all ignorant to death. So y'all want to say, man, sometimes, you know, it's like it is what it is. You know, you got to murder your brother. You know, man, please sign off my channel. I don't care if you down like my joint or not, man. It's all right. Because y'all ignorant. And those are the type of brothers I don't want y'all around me. The type of sisters I don't want y'all around me. That y'all are so stuck in y'all ignorance that y'all sitting there like, oh, man, sometimes it is what it is. It got to go down like that. You know, man, cut it out. Because there's other ways around murder. There's other ways than to go murder your brother. There's other ways to deal with situations, right? So I don't automatically jump to murder myself. Never did. Never even jumped to go beat somebody up. You know what I'm saying? Always was the type of brother like, man, you know, let me holler at the brother first. You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody was bothering me, I'm like, yo, just leave me alone, man. Let me be, man. And if you don't adhere to the warning, then I'ma flip you. You on your back because I've warned you. So, but you know, it's never was just jump out the window type dude with me, like jump out there with harming my brother, hurting my brother, or doing something to my people. Nah, it was never that for me. Some people like that. And for those people, man, love you to death, but please, man, keep your distance from me. Because you're not trying to evolve in your mental game, your mentality, your thinking. You're boxed in. Reprobate mind. Hateful brothers and sisters. Murderers from the beginning. Because Satan was like that, a murderer from the beginning. He abode not in the truth and hated his brother. So he was a murderer from the beginning. And whenever he speaks a lie, he speaks it of himself, not of the Father. So I'm sorry. R.I.P. to the brother Alpo. R.I.P. to brother Rich Porter. R.I.P. to all the other people that he's, you know, affected through his killing spree. You know, I pray that whatever brothers and sisters that are still out there mixed into it, I pray that you guys get changed, man. The Lord works on your heart, and y'all are changed to where you leave this behavior behind and move into the future with brotherly love, man. For all of y'all, man, that just, oh yeah, that's good for Alpo, man. He had it coming, you know. Man, y'all really gotta check y'all spirit, man. Check your heart, man. Yeah, in a way, the brother did have it coming. You know what I'm saying? But not in a way where I'm like, yeah, that's good for him. You know, it was, you know, that's good for what because he lived by. You know, and I mean, people like that. That's how you know, you could tell because you like to mix wickedness with goodness, right? You like to try to mix it together, right? You like to mix your haughty spirit in with the Most High's ways, and you gotta check that, man. Yeah, he might have had it coming, man, but don't mean that he should have had it coming. It don't mean that it couldn't have been prevented. Like people couldn't have had a change of heart and said, "Nah, I ain't. We gonna let the homie live." It don't mean that it wasn't another way. It just judgment came down, right? So we could look at it in a sense like the Most High done this, or we could look at it in a sense like, you know, the brother had it coming from other people, you know, and from both standpoints is true, but also, hey man, he was still family too, still brother, still kinfolk. Nobody deserves to die, yo. Nobody do. I'm not, you know, I'm not that guy, man. We all down here live and learn. We all are not, none of us are perfect. We all live, learn. Some of us do worse crimes than others. Some of us, you know, are deserving of judgment and still living. So count your blessings, man. But did I think that it, you know, we should keep going back with, oh, he killed me, I'm gonna kill him, or he killed my brother, I'm gonna kill him, or he did this to me, I'm gonna kill him, you know, I'm gonna get him back. You know, that get him back spirit, wicked, man. Wicked, man. The Lord said, vengeance is mine, I shall repay. So again, RIP to the brother Alpo. RIP to all the people that he's affected through his ignorance, through his hate for his family, for his brothers. May the Most High bless you guys and your daily walks and your minds and your spirits to change you from this hateful spirit that's lingering in Israel. Grace and peace.